Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. And welcome to another episode of Fountain Pen Calligraphy 101. Today we are going to be doing miniaturization. That is a big $3 word. And we're going to learn all about it. So, first, we're going to share this with our friends to let them know that we are live. If they want to, they can come and hang out with us for a little bit. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Okie dokie, shall we get started then? All right. Today we're talking about miniaturization. I know I spelled it wrong. I've never been a very good speller. That's what we're doing today. What is miniaturization? I usually tell people who are interested in calligraphy to start big and work your way small. For example, so far we have been using wide ruled notebook paper, double space, tall. Today we're going to be using college ruled paper, double wide small. Hi Kathy, how are ya? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Of course, I know where you are in the world, but you know what I mean. So, we're going to be talking about miniaturization today. Now, a lot of people have problems when they first start out because they want their letters to fit on a one-space college ruled paper. I will do a bujo after this little bit here, okay? So, if you have a wide ruled notebook paper, and if you have a college ruled notebook paper, we're going to be switching to a thinner line to make our letters that we have been doing from before smaller. Now this might take some time because you don't want to do it all at once because it will feel like a drastic jump in what you're doing and you won't get it right the first time, and that's okay. My advice is to take it slow, go big, and then go smaller, and then smaller, and then smaller. There's 4 different levels that I've taken you through so far, and we're going to go over each of them. So this is wide ruled notebook paper. We have been making letters this big. And now we're going to switch to college ruled paper. We're going to make letters this big. That might not seem like a very large jump, but I promise you that by the time that you're getting used to one, you will quickly get used to the other. Because if you go straight from writing this big to writing this big, it will be a very large shock to the system. So just take my advice and go a little bit smaller by using the college rule notebook paper. If you don't have college rule notebook paper and you're using dot grid paper, instead of using 4 spaces, you can use 2 spaces. Instead of going this big, you can go maybe 3 spaces or 2 spaces. But if you go from 4 spaces to 1 space, it's going to be very difficult to get your letters looking how you want them. So just take my advice and try and not to go from a very large space to a very small space all in one go. So today we're using college rule notebook paper. And we're using 2 spaces. We're just going to go over each of the letters, remembering how our letters look. You can make them any which way you want. This is just the way that I make them. Now you can kind of see the lines through your paper. Or make sure that you always go the down with the downstroke with the line underneath. The upstroke can be in a slant. The downstroke should go with the line underneath. Except for the S. The S is kind of a weird one because you can't go up. You could do that, but that just looks weird. So you kind of want to make an 8 shape in the general direction of the line. So kind of go up. Because if you were to look at it, if I were to look at it straight up and down and if I were to make a line straight up and down, it would look like this. See how that works out? It needs a slant to it, so you got to kind of make it go up over a little bit. E, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Oh boy. Now, when you're doing the minuscule alphabet, use a whole space to make your letters. So B, C, oval, ascending stem loop, E, F, ascending stem loop, descending stem loop, stroke, G, upstroke, oval, descending stem loop, upstroke, H, upstroke, ascending stem loop, compound curve, I, upstroke, underturn, J, upstroke, descending stem loop, upstroke, tittle, K, upstroke, ascending stem loop, K loop, underturn, L, upstroke, ascending stem loop, underturn, M, overturn, compound curve, N, overturn, compound curve, O, upstroke, oval out, or upstroke, oval, comma dot, P, upstroke, hard downstroke, reverse oval, upstroke, or upstroke, descending stem loop, reverse oval, upstroke, Q, upstroke, oval, descending, reverse descending stem loop, upstroke, R, upstroke, R stroke, underturn, S stroke, upstroke, S curve, tittle, upstroke, T as an upstroke, underturn, crossbar, U, upstroke, underturn, V, compound curve, comma dot, W, upstroke, underturn, comma dot, X, extended compound curve, Y, compound curve, descending stem loop, upstroke. Z is a modified overturn, descending stem loop, upstroke. Okay, let's write the quick brown fox. Stroke, overturn, ascending stem loop, compound curve, E stroke, Q, we'll do all capital first letters. How's that? Underturn, 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 C stroke, ascending stem loop, K stroke, underturn, tittle, universal line of beauty, up over around, upstroke, R stroke, underturn, oval, comma dot, underturn, underturn, compound curve, compound curve. Capital stem, over and out, crossbar, oval, into a compound curve, cross a compound curve, J, underturn, underturn, into an overturn, overturn, compound curve, descending stem loop, reverse oval, upstroke, S stroke, tittle, upstroke, oval, loop out, compound curve, E stroke, R stroke, underturn, universal line of beauty, crossbar, upstroke, ascending stem loop, compound curve, E stroke, L, oval, underturn, into a modified overturn, descending stem loop, compound curve, descending stem loop, upstroke, universal line of beauty, D stroke, oval, comma dot, oval, descending stem loop, upstroke. Okay, so this will really help get your fingers moving. And if you're having trouble, just remember to follow the basic strokes. Or downstroke, overturn, underturn, compound curve, ascending stem loop, descending stem loop, reverse descending stem loop, oval, reverse oval, R stroke, S stroke, C stroke, E stroke, K stroke. Tittle, crossbar. All of these basic strokes are the ones that make up all of the letters of the alphabet. So Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the wide ruled notebook paper. I know we're going to go back and forth. Hang with me. I'm going to change colors. Just for example. This is, now we're working with even smaller of a space. So we're going to do universal line of beauty, downstroke, crossbar. Universal line of beauty. And you have to remember that here is our middle space. Here is our quarter, and here is our 3/4. So we have to use inferences from our own imagination to make these lines. Now, when you're using single spaced and not double spaced, you want to make sure not to go more than halfway into the next line, because then you won't have enough space to make other letters down here. I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. And did you see how I kind of spaced it out so that way I wouldn't touch the bottom of these letters? It will take some time and some practice, but in time you will be able to figure out, you'll be able to look at a line and say, okay, this word is this many letters long and this many spaces. I can use just about this much space right before I get to this letter, and then I have to make a decision whether I want to skip a word or a space or a letter or how you want to do it. W. So okay, now remember, here is our middle space. So remember what I said about going only halfway. F, G, descending stem loop. H. Compound curve. J. K. L. Now you see how I did this? I wrote right underneath the descending stem loop of that Y because I left just enough space. There's like a minuscule amount of space right between that Y and that M. Now that takes practice. But you will be able to do it. Let's see, this is probably better. Same way with the Z. Now, if you have a T next to a descending stem loop, always try and move over just enough so that way you can fit the ascending letter in there. Now you see I went too far with this one and I'm almost down to the 3/4 mark on this line. So I'm gonna have a problem. I can already see that I'm gonna have a problem right there. So always try and make your descending loops as small as possible when using a single spaced line. Okay. Because otherwise it's gonna look weird. Alright, let's do the quick brown fox. See what I did there? I kind of did a swoop-de-boop around that descending stem loop because I didn't want to go into the line and make it look funky. Okay. Now comes the most difficult part. If this is wide ruled notebook paper, imagine how difficult it is going to be to write the tiny letters inside of the single line of this. So, some advice that I can give you is the finer the nib, the easier that you will find that it is to make the letters inside of those lines. This is a Fountain Pen Revolution number 5 ULTRAFLEX nib. So it's itty bitty letter committee. So take some time, do some practice drills if you have to in between. So this is the upstroke, quarter, half, 3/4, full. Full, 3/4, half, quarter. Overturn, 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 underturn, underturn, underturn. Compound curve, compound curve, compound curve. Ascending stem loop, connecting ascending stem loop, descending stem loop, reverse descending stem loop, oval, oval, R stroke, S stroke, E stroke, C stroke, K stroke. K stroke, I think, is the most difficult because it's such intricate work. You have to come up, around to the quarter, and then down and out. Especially on this very small line, it's very difficult. So just keep that in mind when you're making these letters. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, in writing a sentence like the quick brown fox, now the H, I do the H many ways. Sometimes I will, if I don't have it next to a capital, I will write it T H A T. But if I have it next to a capital and there's no room for a loop here, I will just write a hard downstroke. That's why we practice the hard downstroke. Same thing with the K. Sometimes I just don't feel like making the ascending stem loop. Cool. That is what that looks like. And of course, with time and practice, you will find that it will get easier and easier to do the very intricate strokes that it takes to make each letter count. So, that is all for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed that one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back tomorrow with another video. Or later today with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you. Bye.